President Donald Trump, Ukraine needs new elections, criticizes President Zelensky. On February 18, former U.S. President Donald Trump stated that Ukraine should not have started the conflict with Russia. He also supported Ukraine holding elections to choose a new leader. According to CBS, this statement came after the U.S.-Russia summit in Saudi Arabia. There, Trump criticized Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for allowing the current conflict to happen. They could have reached a deal to retain most of their territory and avoid casualties, but they didn't, Trump emphasized. Additionally, the former U.S. president acknowledged that Zelensky is a capable leader, but his approval rating has dropped significantly, now standing at around 4%. He may be a good leader, but we cannot rely solely on personal opinions. His approach has led to an unnecessary conflict, Trump said.
President Zelensky affirmed that Ukraine will not yield to Moscow's ultimatums. He expressed hope that a U.S. delegation would visit Ukraine soon to clarify the situation. Russian President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly stated that he no longer considers Zelensky the legitimate leader of Ukraine, as his term ended in May 2024, and no elections have been held since. However, Ukrainian officials argue that holding elections is not feasible amid ongoing war. Western media, including CNN, have noted that the Trump administration appears to be shifting its policy on the war in Ukraine. Some analysts believe Trump is seeking to negotiate a deal with Russia without involving European allies or the Ukrainian government. This has raised concerns that the US may concede too much to Moscow, weakening Ukraine and the West's position. President Trump is scheduled to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin later this month in Saudi Arabia. The US delegation includes Secretary of State Marco Rubio, National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, and Special Envoy for the Middle East Stephen Miller. On the Russian side, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and Presidential aide Yuri Ushakov will participate. The Kremlin has confirmed that the meeting in Saudi Arabia will involve only Russia and the US, with no Ukrainian representatives. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov emphasized that Russia is open to negotiations with Ukraine, but only after Zelensky's legal status as president is clarified.
Controversial economic agreement.
A leaked document, allegedly a draft agreement between the US and Ukraine, has surfaced in Western media. According to The Telegraph, the document proposes the creation of a joint investment fund between the US and Ukraine to oversee mineral resources, seaports, energy infrastructure, and future economic projects. Notably, the US would receive 50% of Ukraine's resource revenues and have priority in purchasing critical minerals. This proposal has sparked concerns about Ukraine's sovereignty, as Washington could gain significant influence over the country's resources and economy. The agreement's terms would be governed by New York law, favoring the US in any legal disputes. It remains unclear whether the Ukrainian government will accept this deal, but it has already triggered debates within the country's political sphere.